Hello, parents. This is Mr. Starr. Wanted to take you through a brief overview of a SIPS lesson. SIPS is our phonics program that we are using school-wide. In second grade, we are focused on challenge SIPS, and I just want to give you an idea of the type of lessons that your students are asked to do. So the first part of the lesson, as you can see, we have words and we also have some syllables. The heavy focus on syllables in challenge SIPs. And this first side, I would ask the student to read. They would read the word. We go down the list. And on the other side, again, these are syllables that they would read. And they would follow, at this point, they would be in a routine for that part. Okay. The next part of our SIPS lesson, let's switch to my document. All right, the next part of the SIPS lesson, and I'm looking at lesson number 21, we would review some of the sight syllables. And as you can see, the first one, able, as in possible or collectible. Would ask them to read it, and then because this is an irregular sight syllable, we would ask them to spell it and then read it again, and then spell it and read it one last time. Similar to the routine that we do with sight words. There is a list of sight syllables here that we refer to when we are doing the spelling part. And the example is right there. And they're irregular because they don't sound necessarily like they are spelled. And so, yeah, they memorize. Okay, the next part lesson, I'll flip back to my document. Next part of the lesson, we go through transformations. And the students have been doing something similar to this throughout the year. In this case, we start off with a word, and I would read the word, differ. I would then have the students repeat the word, and then we would add to the word. They would read the syllable that we added, rent, and then full word, different. And then we would add other parts to the word, and so on. Okay, the next part of the lesson, we start to read words by syllables. So I would say read, they would say me. The second one is a irregular sight syllable, and they would say dull. They would say read the whole word, needle. Right, pretty simple, and there's a list of those as we go along. Last thing, but not least, for sure, we go over, actually second to last thing, I will give them a whole word, and then we have a routine that we do. We look and we see, and I will say how many consonants between the two vowels. In this case, we're looking for an irregular sight syllable. It asks, do you see an irregular sight syllable? Yes, I see goal. So we know that the word is divided there. So we read the first syllable, struggle, struggle, right? Next word. Okay. Again, I would ask them how many consonants between the two vowels. They would say two. I say divide where. They would say in between. Separate it. Same routine here, although there's only one consonant. So we say divide where. Or what are we going to try? First try before, then they would read the word. Okay. Last thing is our spelling routine.